Hello, welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about the reverse Brayton cycle, how it works, and how the COP for reverse Brayton cycle has been calculated. It comes under the refrigeration cycle module of applied thermodynamics. It's module number 4. Let us see what is a reverse Carnot cycle. Reverse Brayton cycle. This is a schematic diagram for reverse Brayton cycle. It is also called as air refrigeration, since we are using air as the working medium for the cycle. We call this as air refrigeration. As usual, even in reverse Brayton cycle, we have 4 processes. The process 1 to 2 is known as the isentropic compression process, and isobaric heat rejection, isentropic expansion, and isobaric heat absorption. These are all the 4 processes undergoes in this reverse Brayton cycle. Now we deeply see how the PV diagram as well as TS diagram plays in the reversed Brayton cycle or air refrigeration cycle. This is a simple representation of this. 1 to 2 represent compression, 2 to 3 represents 2 to 3 represent condensation or cooling effect, where heat is rejected to the surrounding, and 3 to 4 represents the expansion or throttling process, where the work is done on the outside the system or done by the system, and 4 to 1 is again evaporation, where it absorbs the heat from the place where we want to maintain the temperature at the particular level. We call this as the refrigeration effect in technical term of refrigeration system. And this is another form. Now it depends. The PV diagram and TS diagram varies with respect to the process which we allocate. Now, if we allocate 1 to 2 as a starting process, we can do it. Whereas in this, I explained with a different starting point and end point, where we start this, or we are considering this complete cycle from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1, and 1 to 2, where 2 to 3 represent evaporation, and 3 to 4 represent compression, and 4 to 1 represent condensation or cooling, and 1 to 2 represents the expansion process, where expansion and compression takes place a constant entropy process, where entropy remains constant, or else isentropic process, and the heat rejection and heat absorption takes when the pressure remains constant, or isobaric process. Let us see how to derive the COP for reverse Brayton cycle. Now, first we need to assume that mkg of air is supplied or circulating as the working medium in the system, and the amount of heat absorbed by the air or the working medium in this reverse Brayton cycle is represented by the term mCp delta T, where m represents mass flow rate, mass, and Cp represents specific heat of the air, and delta T is nothing but the temperature difference, that is at the particular process the temperature difference at the end and as well as the exit. So here heat absorption or heat added to the system takes place during the process 2 and 3. We call this as evaporation process. So the delta T becomes T3 minus T2, and heat rejection takes place at the coolant, that is between the process 4 and 1. Again, we can use the same formula mCp delta T. We can get the representation like this. And the next we will see how to derive for isentropic process what is the compressor work required to compress the medium. This formula we have studied in basic thermodynamics, where for isentropic process the work done to the system is n divided by n minus 1 into P2 or P4, the end process, and P4 V4 minus P3 V3. That is 4 stage is the end of the compression process, and 3 represent the starting of the compression process. Same way we can also express the expansion process or work done during the expansion process as n divided by n minus 1 multiplied by P1 V1 minus P2 V2, where the state 1 represents the starting of the expansion process, and 2 represents the end of the expansion process. and the net external work required for the operation of the cycle it's denoted by, or it is nothing but the difference between work done at the compressor minus, or work done and at the compressor and the work done at the expansion device, and W compressor minus W expansion, and substitute the value of compressor work done and the expansion work done. In this equation we will get the final result, or the net external work required for the operation of the cycle as n divided by n minus 1 multiplied by m r into T4 minus T3 minus T1 plus T4, or else we can also represent in terms of PV like n divided by n minus 1 into P4 V4 minus P3 V3 minus P1 V1 plus P2 V2, and we know that PV is equal to MRT. So that is the relation helps us to convert between the second line expression to the third line expression in the slide which you are seeing now. And we also know that R, the universal gas constant, is represented by Cp multiplied by gamma minus 1 divided by gamma. So if we replace R value by like this, we get the final net work done as n divided by n minus 1 multiplied by gamma minus 1 divided by gamma m Cp, where we are replacing Cp as R by Cp into gamma minus 1 divided by gamma. So we are getting like this, and T4 minus T3 plus T2 minus T1. Let us calculate the COP for the reversed Brayton cycle. We know that COP is nothing but the ratio between the refrigeration effect to the actual work done. The refrigeration effect is nothing but the heat extracted from the system, or from the place where we want to maintain the temperature as particular level. And if we consider as a system from the thermodynamic cycle, it is nothing but heat added to the system. So heat added divided by W net is the COP, and COP is also represented by substituting the value of Q addition as well as W net, which we had derived in the previous slide. We get final output as T3 minus T2 divided by n minus 1 multiplied by gamma minus 1 divided by gamma, and whole multiplied by T4 minus T3 plus T2 minus T1. This is the representation for COP. And let us see what are the merits of using air refrigeration system. Since air is non-flammable, therefore there is no risk for fire. It is very useful for everyone without having any fear of getting the system getting fired. Whereas the chances for getting fire in ammonia, as when you use ammonia as the working medium, are more. And it is also cheaper as air is easily available as compared to other refrigerant. These are the main merits of the air refrigeration system. And the important demerit for using air as the working medium or air refrigeration system are the COP of the system is very low in comparison with other system. And second demerits is the weight of the air required to be circulated is more compared to the other refrigerant used in the other system. This is due to the fact that heat is carried by the air is the form of sensible heat. That is the main drawback of air refrigeration system. That's it, guys. That is end of this video. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.